keep burning all this oil, far away from home, searching for myself. I find myself alone. Details in the people and the kindness that they show. Discover what I already know.
Welcome to the inaugural episode of the Loadout. We just took in a really great show at the Abbey Cafe in Fredericton, New Brunswick. Gamekeeper Open and Cassie Noble. They made it all the way here from Ontario. They're kind of at the end of their tour, and we were lucky enough to get to take that show on tonight. Cassie Noble, thank you so much for being on this very professional podcast interview.
I love it.
Thank you.
Thanks for
We're
having
making
me.
it up on the fly.
That's
but,
perfect.
You guys put on like a lovely, intimate, cathartic, I think is the word you used tonight, and I would totally agree with that. Cassie, tell us about what it's been like being on tour.
This is my third solo tour.
Okay.
I used to be in a band, a rock band, the Duke
Yes.
of Badleys. And,
Great name.
Thank you. And yeah, I started touring and making music on my own 3 years ago, and the whole time I've been doing it with Gamekeeper and some
Awesome.
touring alone as well. Always to the East Coast because I just can't stay away. As an artist, I want to, get cover as much ground as I can.
Yeah, for sure.
Especially, like you said, my music can be cathartic for some people, and so being able to share that as much as possible feels really special.
Yeah.
It feels more important to go to places that just feel like there's a good community, or feels like it's needed or wanted.
Okay.
So that's why I'm drawn to the East Coast. There's such a supportive, lovely community.
Yeah.
And, community is broad for talking about the entire East Coast, but it's true. I'm from Ontario, and it just feels different here, how people act in general.
We've really embraced you as one of our own because thanks to Eddie, I believe Eddie Young was the one who got you out here first, right?
Absolutely.
Roots and Soul, lovely guy, and he obviously saw something that we all see in you and wanted to get you here, and I'm really glad he did.
Till I go blind on this road, the sunset on my shoulder, I can't go anywhere I want to go if I never share.
What's touring like? Let's get into that. That's maybe
touring?
Let's jump right into it.
It's a lot of fun. It's really greasy.
Oh,
There's a lot of gas
amazing.
station hot dogs. Gamekeeper and I, when we go on tour, we really try to do the healthy things.
Yeah.
And that's really hard on tour because we're out of our routine.
Yeah. Light cigarettes instead of regular.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
If I never share it, the beauty that I see, does it all get lost on me?
Is there something about Gamekeeper, aka Warren, that makes you want to bring him along every time, or is like, hey, I love hanging out with you, let's do another tour?
Oh, yeah, I would take Gamekeeper anywhere on tour with me.
Awesome.
And I would not say that about just anyone, because you're in the car together for, sometimes weeks at a time. You're staying in hotel rooms. You're doing pretty much everything together.
I still wonder what you are doing this morning as the early golden rays work slowly down your open bedroom door. Oh, will you see yourself the way I saw you all that time? 'Cause nobody owes you.
We're here with Gamekeeper, aka Warren. Thank you for coming, and thanks for sharing your music and your stories with us.
Absolutely. Thank you,
Yeah.
Josh. Playing East Coast cities is just such a unique vibe that, like, as an artist is really enriching, you know,
For sure.
especially with actively listening audiences. It's just the best.
Where darkness descends on my city, everyone slowly turning around.
So you guys have been on tour. How long have you been on tour now? Like,
This stretch?
yeah, this stretch. Yeah,
So we've been on the road for 2 weeks now.
2 weeks. Okay.
2 weeks out on the East Coast, which has been phenomenal.
I highly recommend anybody to check your music out. It's beautiful. Voice like velvet.
Thank you.
And Cassie as well.
Yeah.
Where can we find you? Online and all that stuff.
Yeah, so Instagram, Gamekeeper Tunes, you can find me,
Okay.
and Gamekeeper on all the streaming platforms as well.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Pleasure to
Josh.
meet you.
Appreciate
Thanks,
it.
man.
Yeah, likewise.
Plastic leaves won't give you oxygen. Damn.
So the last two songs you played, you spoke about your dad. So you shared a couple of songs. One was from before his passing. One was after. Like I think that's a very powerful thing to share with people. It's super intimate, that part of your life. Is it hard to share that with people? Does it help you?
I think at first it was hard to share sometimes. Not because it's hard for me necessarily, but because it can be hard for other people sometimes.
For sure.
Not everyone is ready to feel these things. They might be going through the same thing, and then they hear me talk about it, and it's like, it's just too sad, or they've never gone through it and it makes them uncomfortable, which often people do feel uncomfortable about death and don't know what to say to someone who's
For
lost
sure.
somebody. So at first it was hard for that reason, and then I just sort of sank into it. You know, like, those songs are a couple of my favorite songs, and like, they're for my dad. Like, why wouldn't I
Absolutely.
play them and talk about them and him, and like,
Honor him,
keep
yeah.
his memory alive as well. It's really special to share things, just in general, just share anything. But so often we feel like we are alone, like we're going through something. No one's felt this before. No one's gone through something like this before. And it's true, like, every experience is different. But to hear someone has gone through something similar that you think you're alone in, you know, it makes you feel more connected.
So where can we, how can we support you? Where can we find your music?
Anywhere that you listen to music,
Okay.
on the internet, I'm there. CassieNoble.com.
Okay.
You can find physical merch. You can get to anywhere from there. Cassie Noble Music on Instagram. Just look up Cassie Noble.
You heard that, Cassie Noble. Thanks, Cassie. It was a pleasure. Thank you so much for sharing your stories and your life with us. So,
Yeah.
thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks for tuning in to the Loadout, and we'll catch you next time.
This is also a song that I wrote for my dad. But I wrote this one after he was gone. And it's about how losing him, as losing someone often does, showed me that life is short. We don't know how long we have. And we just have to live. Money that you left me, I'm not gonna save it. Spend it on good things, memories for later. 'Cause time keeps moving, no matter how still I sit. Spend it on good things. Can't afford to waste it. Can't afford to waste it. Can't afford to waste it. Only got so much time here. You made me face that. You know I got big dreams. take all that I have and spend it on good things. Can't afford to waste it. 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 Spend it on good things. Can't afford to waste it. Spend it on good things. Can't afford to waste it. Thank you. Only got so much time here. So spend it on good things. Thank you so much for listening today.
Woo!